In the wake of George Floyd's death, many communities across the country are pushing back against police policies, especially when it comes to arrest procedures. As a result, police reforms are being implemented. NBC 15's Jaysha Patel breaks down how these reforms are being redefined in South Alabama.
Today I'm signing an executive order encouraging police departments nationwide to adopt the highest professional standards to serve their communities.
President Trump's executive order comes on the heels of this 8-minute and 46-second video.
Please, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
A Minneapolis police officer surrounded by 3 other officers kneeling on George Floyd's neck. Floyd, unable to breathe, died.
I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Protests broke out across the country, people demanding for reform, especially in the way police make arrests. President Trump's executive order calls for training improvements and transparency. His order includes a database that keeps track of complaints against officers. It also directs more federal money to law enforcement agencies, which become accredited.
And accreditation usually takes a certain number of standards in law enforcement and makes sure that these departments are meeting those standards. That's the main goal.
Accreditation means law enforcement agencies will be held accountable in following best practices. There are more than 50 local law enforcement agencies in our area, so we looked into how many were accredited according to CALEA's website, which is the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies, and only one was the Mobile Police Department.
I think it helps send the message to the community that we're forward thinking. We're looking at how can we improve on the services that we provide to the community. We want to make sure that our officers are among the best trained officers in the nation.
The Mobile Police Department has been accredited since 1994. Chief Lawrence Batiste says accreditation forces MPD to constantly evaluate its policies and procedures, but he says it isn't feasible for everyone.
While I do agree that I believe that agencies should be accredited, I also think that it should not be an unfunded liability to place that burden on agencies to try to maintain accreditation.
Getting accredited is expensive. According to CALEA's website, the cost to get this designation ranges anywhere from nearly $8,500 to almost $20,000, something not all departments can afford. We reached out to multiple police departments in our viewing area, which are not accredited, and asked if they plan to change that. We heard back from only one department, Daphne PD. It tells NBC 15 News, "We currently do not have plans for accreditation for the fiscal year. We will revisit the issue after October, but it's ultimately up to City Hall." Chief Batiste says he feels accreditation forces his department to evaluate how it provides services to the community.
If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards because you can't stand still. People pass you.
Jaysha Patel, NBC 15 News.
Now, last week, the Mobile Police Department released part of its policy handbook. The department says it is an effort to make more transparent the department and how it does business, both internally and out in the streets. To view that, as well as the president's executive order, visit mynbc15.com under the Find It section.